This is just one of the videos that I wanted to start out with first, because in order to progress and become better, you have to know how to fix yourself first. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Derek Lodge, or Dilo for short. If you're new here, welcome. If at all I'm speaking too slow for you, feel free to speed me up in the settings below. Let's get to it. So this is the first type of video series that I want to do. Recovery is so important, and it's kind of one of the, is like an aspect of training that many people kind of like skip. But recovery, it helps you continue to progress, and it heals your body, obviously, and it's just so important. It's just so important. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the different types of recovery tools, just like what they are, what they do. I'm going to talk about their benefits. I'm going to talk about when to use them, and I'm going to talk about which one to choose, like which one, like how do I know which one is best for me. So all of these tools, there's balls, tennis ball. Let me just name through all of them first. So foam rollers, we got your foam rollers, right? We have our balls, like lacrosse ball, tennis ball. This is like a yoga wheel. We have blocks. Let me get the blocks. Okay. We have some blocks. This is a tiger tail. Ignore that. I tried to put batteries in it and it doesn't work, and I called maintenance, and this whole apartment place is motherfucking ratchet, and don't even get me started. But I'm moving in 2 days, so this is probably like, probably gonna be the only video I do in here, in this apartment like this. So stay tuned, we upgrading 2021. Okay, so they pretty much all have the same purpose. They just do the same thing a little bit differently. So pretty much the purpose of all of these is to increase range of motion, reduce muscle soreness, flush out the lactic acid, improve range of motion, increase circulation. Did I already say that? I don't know. But they just all do the same thing, just a little bit differently, and like it feels better. Everyone has their preference. It just feels better on certain areas. Like you can use this, it feels better. You can use it on your neck area. You know, it's kind of more pinpoint. But like, you know, you can use it on your quad, but like this is a very big muscle group, right? So like you may want to use something like this. But all depends. There's a time and a place for each one of these, and yeah. This is a foam roller. I'm pretty sure you've seen one of this. This is like just a short little one. Let me go on it and show you while I talk. So I'm gonna have more in-depth videos on like how to exactly foam roll in like literally every single areas of your body. So stay tuned. But while I talk, so foam rolling, you may have heard of it called SMR, or foam rolling. SMR is self-myofascial release. So SMR is means you do it. That means you got to use your own energy. It's called self-myofascial release. So myo is muscle, and then fascial, that's fascia. Fascial, self-myofascial release, which is like relaxing, you know what I mean? So your fascia, it can get like, I'll try to insert a picture, but like it actually looks kind of cool. It's like actually a web of like fibers and stuff, and like it can get like a bundled up, you know, when there's like stress in that area, when you worked out that muscle, when it's just so constricted, it can like tighten. And then this helps decompress and release it. So yeah. So let me read from this book. The book says, self-myofascial release. It is used to help correct existing muscle imbalances, reduce trigger points or knots within the muscle, and inhibit overactive musculature. So it is used to correct existing muscle imbalances. So a muscle imbalance, if you don't know what that is, I'll put a picture. There's a pretty cool picture right here. Let's see. There's a pretty cool picture. I'll insert this picture. But pretty much when, like, you know how your body wants to maintain homeostasis, just like a lot of things in this world, you know what I mean? Like balance, like your body needs balance and wants balance. So you know how you have your muscles, right? Your muscles, there's an origin and there's an insertion, right? So your muscles, they cross over the joints. You have bones, right? And then where your bones meet, that's the joint. And then you have the muscles, they cross over the joints. So when there's an imbalance, that means one side is pulling more than the other side. So you can kind of think like you have the joint, right? You got the muscles on the front, you got the muscles on the back. You can have some muscles on the side, you know, too. But let's say the front and the back. When there's imbalance, the muscles on one side is pulling too much.
By relation, the muscles on the opposite side are lengthened and or weaker.
So that's why it's imbalance. And you may say, why is that? Is that good? Is that bad? Like, you know what I mean? Everything is honestly relative, and it all depends on what you be doing. Everything is relative to your movement, to your practice. But typically balance, I go for balance. Like, you know, if you talk to a yoga person, you know, yoga is a lot of people think like, oh, you know what I mean? And like, I love all practices. I have friends who is yoga teachers, who do Reiki, who do F45, who is group trainers, who is just personal trainers, who does, you know, in all the different types of fields, physical therapy, chiropractor, doctor, like, and there's a time and a place for every practice, and everyone has their thing, you know what I mean? I'm getting off on a tangent. Anyways, yeah, your muscles pretty much want balance, and yeah, this is what this is helping do. So a lot of people, you know, so when you get more into the studying and there are common dysfunctions, what they call them. So like, there are common things that occur because like our society and because of the world and certain professions, like they just warrant a certain type of movement, which as a result, like your body turns out a certain type of way because you treat it a certain type of way. So let me try to give you an example. So like what I can think of, you know, the basic common ones, like people who sit a lot, you know, desk workers, that's like a common one. Desk workers, people who drive a lot, so like truck drivers, you're sitting in a flexed position, you're literally sitting like down, your hips are bent, you know what I mean, for hella long. And that's just like, ooh, whew, like, I don't know, that you could be, you know, some people say the computer. I honestly just have my laptop and like, I don't even use it that much, like, but I'm not here like typing hella much, you know what I mean? And what I can think of, like, they would call forward postures, you know, rounded shoulders, like literally me right now. And don't get it twisted, there is no one good posture. Some people think like, like you don't want to be no bored, you don't want to be the Tin Man. Everything is relative, so like ideal posture when you're doing a handstand is different than when you are sparring or when you're boxing. Like typically boxing, you want to protect yourself, so they're kind of more like protecting yourself if you gotta fucking guard yourself and whatnot. But yeah, so SMR, this is what SMR is. Let me switch the other one. So that one, I forgot to say, so there are different densities of foam rollers and different lengths. I have this one because it's just more portable, and like I got this one for school. I bought this one, green is my favorite color. This one is actually more dense than this one, and like what I mean by dense means like how much it gives, right? So like the harder it is, the more dense it is, the more it will go into your muscle, which is a good thing. So a lot of people are like, oh my god, like you know, they can't really handle the pressure of it. Let me do this one. So like a lot of people can't handle the pressure of it because they just have not done it long enough, pretty much. Yeah, they're just weak. No, I'm just kidding. But think of this. So like, you know how I do pull, right? So a lot of, like, pull is literally a metal piece of metal going into your body, right? So like, this is a piece of foam. What is denser? What is harder? A piece of metal, a piece of foam. You know what I mean? But everything is progressions. So this is why this is so important, because you know, people who is trying to get into pole and like aerial arts and just different types of movement and activities, like this is so important. It's important regardless. You know, it's important for, oh yeah, let me talk about when you should do it. So foam rolling is very important to do before you work out, or you can do it after. Some people, everyone is different, you know. Some people say 30 seconds to a minute each muscle group, some shit like that. I just made that up, but I'm pretty sure like 30 seconds to a minute on each side, but like literally do how much ever you feel you need to do it. But yeah, pretty much this is relaxing the muscle. So there's kind of steps. So like, you know, you don't want to just foam roll and then go and try to squat 2 plates. Like it doesn't work like that. You gotta, this kind of primes your muscles. Then you gotta prep it, and then prep it even more, which is like doing some dynamic stretches. Some people like to static stretch, and that's a whole other thing, like stretching, flexibility. Like I'll maybe do videos on that. But yeah, it's even in here. Static stretching, active stretching, dynamic stretching. There are many different kinds of stretching, but I'll save that for a different video. This is on foam rolling and SMR, self-myofascial release. So yeah, There's different densities. I honestly like to do it if I know I'm hella tight. Like I like to do it on my quads. Like I'm very quad dominant, so like my quads and hip flexors. Child, oof, that's why. No. Okay. So what's the next one? So this is another tool. You've probably seen this.
And thank you all so much for watching. That was part 1 of my recovery tools video. It was getting a little bit long, so yeah.